talking with the amazing Kristin Chenoweth, doing Music in the Air at City Center Encores. Now, you're sort of a long Encores veteran, so let's talk a little bit about your history with this series. How many has it been, and how many years? Well, we don't want to give away your age.
Please, I mean, I've just turned 25. I think this will be I did Strike Up the Band was my first one. I then did On a Clear Day, You Can See Forever. Then The Apple Tree, and now Music in the Air. So this will be my fourth one. And I love being on stage in this theater. It's so beautiful. And to be back in New York, I've been so homesick, so I'm so happy to be home.
And your character, from what we gather, is a little bit of a diva, huh?
She's a little bit of a diva. She really loves her voice, and she's also in love with him, the composer. And they live in a place where there's lots of but they love to make up. They love to fight and make up. And that's always fun to play. Also, one thing that Encores does, that the reason I like doing them, is because they get to reintroduce shows. This show hasn't been done since, I believe 1950, and it really wasn't a hit. In 1932, it was a hit. So we're getting to reintroduce it to young people and all the people that, if there's anyone alive that still remembers it. And it's Jerome Kern. It's also a comedy, and obviously I love to do comedic work, and I'm so happy to be working with Doug Sills. I never thought that we'd be doing a show together. He is so tall, but I'm loving it. I hear music when I touch your hand, a beautiful melody from some enchanted land. Now deep in my heart, I hear it say, this is the
So we were talking with Douglas Sills, who is co-starring in Encore's production of Music in the Air. And the character you're playing, I gather, is rather larger than life, a rather Doug Sills specialty. Did that help?
No, actually, just the opposite. But they're always fun as long as you can find them. But they're only fun when they're grounded. Obviously, anybody can sort of just freak out, do big characters. So I'm always looking for a way to begin them on the ground, and that's the challenge, particularly when you don't have much time. So you only have a week to sort of, it's almost oxymoronic to say week and process, a week-long rehearsal period for, it's crazy. But that's sort of the fun of it. It's very high pressure, and you're squishing so much into so little time that every hour is a day of regular rehearsal, and every day is like a week for most shows. So,
now, is this the first time you've worked with Kristin?
In public. Yeah, I think it is. There were a couple things that came close but never sort of materialized, and we've sort of passed in benefits and things like that. But this is the first time, and it feels very familiar and very easy. I've always been lucky to meet the warmest, most talented people, and I think someone else said once that I think is very true. When the people really have it, they have the goods, they're always very generous and very sweet and easy. There's not a lot of drama. So she's great. She's tiny, and
you're not.
I'm enormous. So I want you to imagine a musical version of Ren and Stimpy. That's sort of how I think of us, or Sasquatch and like a Yadro sculpture. I carry her on my shoulder. We're like Tiny Tim and Bob Kratt. Yeah, she's small, but it's fun.
She's tiny, but the question is, can she sing louder than you?
Yes. Yes. She's a powerhouse, both musically and vocally. So I just get inspired by her, and I just try and keep up. I'm just like a skier in the wake of the boat. I sort of just try and steer behind her.
So we're talking to Sierra Boggess and Ryan Silverman, who are playing sort of the young lovers in Encore's Music in the Air. So tell us a little bit about your characters and their journey.
I play Sieglinde Lessing. She's the daughter of Walter Lessing, who is a composer. She's a sweet little country girl in love with this one here. He's a sweet little country boy. And they go to Munich to have a song published that her father that has composed, and he's written the lyrics to it. And it's sort of kind of the story unfolds of what happens while they're there and what happens to country people when they're in this big city.
Yeah, it's that sort of old operetta style book, that it has this cute little story of guy gets girl or girl gets guy, every way you want to do it. Loses girl or loses guy, and then I won't tell you how it ends.
Now, right now, while we're talking to you during rehearsal, you're rehearsing during the day, but you're still doing The Little Mermaid at night. Is that sort of surreal?
It's cool. It's nice. First of all, it's nice to be doing a show where I'm wearing real shoes. But I was saying, I've been joking that I'm going to forget like what show I'm doing. You know, I might come on stage at Mermaid with my book. I might be singing some Jerome Kern instead of Mencken and vice versa. But no, it's good.